What's going on, Internet? IG here again today, and today I'm going to be talking about something that I'm sure a lot of you do, and that's reading. So when it comes to reading, the rise of these type of devices have really been a big bonus. It's something that it's portable, we can store a lot of stuff on it, and we can access a lot of the major sources of our information, like news, Facebook, Twitter, books, so forth and so on. So today I'm going to be looking at 5 of the apps that I use on my Android tablet on a daily basis to kind of collate all of the information that I process and all the stuff that you might read on a regular basis. Now, I've got to say that most of these apps are probably ones that you already know about or already utilize in your kind of workflow or the way that you process information. But there might be some new ones there as well, so stick around and let's have a look, shall we? Alright, so first and foremost, and probably the most obvious one, is Google Play Books. Now obviously this is available on most Android devices out there nowadays, and it's obviously available on your desktop as well. And this could really coincide also with the Kindle app on Android, iOS, or indeed the Amazon Kindle itself. Large ecosystem of books out there that you can read, cloud synchronization so you can stay up to date with the chapters between each book and each device. And it's really all I need to say there, because these are markets based on you buying books and consuming media like any other form of media consumption. You buy the media, you read the media, case closed. But one thing that I do like about Google Play Books is the fact that you can jump onto the net, you can find a book that you might want to read, you can add it to your library, and then you can read the sample of that book later on when you have time on your device, because it will pull down and sync that onto your device, whether you have actually bought the book or not. And once you've got that sample on there, you can pin it to the device so you can read it offline, and it kind of adds another level of mobility to your ebooks. So moving right along to web reading. Now there's a lot of articles that you and I probably find on the web that we love to read, but we just don't have time to read them right then and there. And that's where this useful little app called Pocket comes in. Now the good thing about Pocket is that it just sits as a little Chrome extension on the top of your Chrome or Chromium web browser, if you're a fan of open source. And when you discover a web page or a web article that you like, but you'd like to read later, you just hit that little Chrome extension button and it will instantly trim down the web page to a nice readable format, taking out all of the junk and keeping it in your Pocket account, which then of course synchronizes to an app that you install on either your Android or iOS device. So the app gives you a lovely list of all of the articles that you've read, and it also downloads them onto your device, so again you can read them when you're offline. Again, another plus for mobility. You also have a basic filing structure if you would like to implement that. Now there is also a Chrome web app for Pocket, which is basically just a shortcut to the Pocket website, so you can access that same database or that same account of all of your saved articles there without actually having an app. You can just do it on your web browser. And also if you have OS X, then you can also download the app for that. Again, the focus here is on presenting the web content that you would like to read in a way that makes you want to read it. And on that note, we go to 2 other applications that have become staples in my media consumption life, and that is Flipboard and Feedly. Now we'll start with Flipboard. Because Flipboard is an aggregate news source, it basically takes in all of the accounts that you have around the web, like Facebook and Twitter, Google+, and all of those different RSS feeds that you might have, and even just random online sources based on genres. It will collate them all together into a nice, easy to browse magazine. It's very much image centric, so the images of those articles will be front and center, and sometimes it can get a little bit boggy, but most of the time it is silky smooth. Again, Flipboard is one of those apps that's been around on both iOS and Android for some time now. So if you're not utilizing Flipboard in your media consumption life, then I definitely recommend you give it a shot, because it definitely presents the content that you want to be reading from the web in an easy wake up in the morning, roll over and check the news type way. Now, if you're more into RSS feeds specifically, then you'll want to check out Feedly. As we all know, Google Reader shut down a couple of months ago as of the time of the recording of this video, and it left a lot of users in the lurch. Thankfully, Feedly has picked up right where they have left off, and they have expanded their user base by quite an amount. Needless to say, their application that they have available for Android and iOS is very, very nice, as it presents, again, the web content that you would want to see in a very nice, easy to use and easy to read format. Again, similar to Flipboard, it will take the most popular articles out of your RSS feed and slap them on the front page of the app, so it gives you just a bit of a snapshot of what you've got in your inbox to read. But then if you do want to get down and dirty in the categories themselves, then they're also available there at your disposal. Now, one thing that I really did like about Feedly compared to a lot of other RSS readers is the options there for content discovery. Oftentimes, it's easy to go to our favorite website and request an RSS feed and then add it to Feedly after the fact, or add it to any RSS feed after the fact. But proactively going into an app and searching for content that you can subscribe to is another deal altogether, and that's where Feedly really shines. So if, for example, you have a particular website that you do like to follow with the RSS feed, but you can't exactly be bothered going into the website looking for the RSS feed XML and all of that crazy stuff, then you just go into Feedly, go to the search bar, type in what you're looking for, and 9 times out of 10 it will come up with the feed that you're looking for. You can simply hit the subscribe button, slap it in a category, and voila, it is going to live there forever. Now Feedly just looks simply amazing due to all its bright colors and lovely type settings, and there really is nothing more appealing than a well-designed app that presents the content that you like. And that's why Feedly, in my opinion, is a great RSS reader on the mobile space. Okay, so finally, what do you do if you have a whole bunch of PDF or ebooks that you've acquired from elsewhere and you want to be able to read them on your tablet and keep track of where you are and have a single location for all of those books? Well, that's where IGO comes in. Again, free app from the Google Play Store for Android devices, and I'm not sure about the iOS side of things because I don't actually own an iOS device, but I'm sure it'll look very familiar to those of you who have seen Apple's iBooks or many other book managers for that matter. It allows you to import the PDFs and ebooks that you found from elsewhere or had in the past, and it will pull them into a nice bookshelf view so that you can access those books easily, and then the actual PDF reader and ebook reader isn't too bad either. Again, the app looks nice, it functions well, so it really ticks all the boxes. It's got some nice settings available for the end user, and it really helps to bring those PDFs together in a way that actually makes sense to read them, not just they sit in the downloads folder in your computer. So that's it, guys. Those are the apps that I use to collate all of that information that I pull from the internet into one place and makes it pleasant to read. Definitely let me know in the comments below about what your favorite e-reading application / solution is, and I also do want to give a quick shout out to the Calibra ebook manager on Linux, because it is, and on every other platform for that matter, because it is a fantastic ebook manager, and if you do want to have something that keeps all of your ebooks together in one spot, definitely check that one out. But as I said, looking forward to hearing your suggestions and how you manage all of your digital media. So thank you all for watching. Definitely like this video if you found it helpful, and subscribe if you like this kind of content on a regular basis. And I will see you all again next time.